Hi friends, thanks for watching. I had this little cover over the camera, so it's taken a little while to get the color. Thanks for watching. And I just wanted to, other people are probably making this observation, but we have been hearing that they want to come door to door to track people's compliance with the current paradigm, the current imperative. And and I wonder, number one, like with the previous political stuff that happened, like everybody hated a particular political figure or even a general employment, people who were employed more than they hated pedophilia, more than they hated pedophiles, because now they want to come door to door to check on people's compliance with a medical protocol that's illegal. But they want to come door to door to check on people's injections and track who's taking the injection, who's not. But we have 800,000 children in America, in the United States, that are abducted. Unspeakable things are done to them, to their remains, and you can look up what was found in McDonald's products. This was in the news. I think it was the FBI. This is mainstream news, so YouTube, it's mainstream news. It's still there. So anyway, we have 800,000 children that go missing, and it's not like they go missing and they live in a nice little home happily ever after. Horrible, horrible things are done to abducted children in the United States, and never have we had a nationwide door-to-door thing, right? Not to mention millions of adults are abducted as well. Hello, hey, Big Daddy, hi. Thank you for listening. Why are we going door to door for this injection that is a science experiment? Why have, and if people are taking this injection to save lives, why doesn't the government try to save the children's lives? Why doesn't the government save trafficked adults' lives as well? If you're going door to door to make sure people are taking this injection because we're trying to save lives, let's piggyback on that and make sure that abducted children, we'll keep an eye out for abducted children, keep an eye out for trafficked adults, But no, this is probably not even a priority in the pro-injection folks. And there was another thing I wanted to mention about this, but it escapes me now. So I think that's my main. Oh yeah. So with the election, and even prior to the election, when the bending the knee ritual occurred in Minneapolis, that bending the knee ritual that started this whole thing. That bending the knee ritual also happened in Paris, with the same demographic of who was doing the kneeling and who was under the knee. If you look at the Baphomet statue, with the depiction of of Satan, there's a little white girl and a little black boy. So there's something about the gender and the race that is part of this magical protocol, this ritual. And it's clear that that ritual worked well. But my question, when the election was going on, was why do certain people hate a particular political figure more than they hate pedophiles? Because 800,000 children going missing every year is really is more of the immediate problem in my mind than who gets to be president. Because even before what was going on, we knew it was just different flavors of the same beast, And yet people wanted to put they put people put all their energy into hating this one particular one person, um, rather than, hey, let's you know work on trafficking. Let's put our hatred towards the traffickers, because we have millions of adults who are trafficked. We have 800,000 children that are trafficked, and what happens to these people is unimaginably horrible, and really who's president is not, in my mind, is not as much of an issue, not as much of a immediate concern as like keep an eye out for what's going on in your area in terms of human trafficking. I was living in Montana, and I just assumed these like inland area that there would be less crime than the coasts, and that is far from the case, because when you're a border state, so there's a lot more crime happening, where there's a border meeting Canada, or where there's a border meeting excuse me, where there's a border at Mexico. And it's interesting because, like, after I was in Montana for maybe 5, 6 years, that's when I started noticing, like, I was living on this off of this major road. Um, and one time I heard this man screaming like hysterically. And then another time I heard this like Latina lady kind of crying or screaming. And it was weird. Like, why right by my door did I hear this? Why was the traffic? Why did it happen right there? I think there was a stoplight coming up. But I also, and the thing is, where I was living, it was a college town, and there's all these like mansions where the college students stayed, and people are like, yeah, bad things happen there. And so people in these communities, they just accept that rapes and murders happen and nobody does anything. The police just take it normally. It's probably part of their initiation ritual or something like that. Um, so it's like the locals won't take care of what's happening immediately, and I don't know if it's some sort of weird psychological thing that we're told, oh, your voting is what really matters, not what happens in your neighborhood. Anyway, so around that time, I was walking to a health food store, past a health food store. It's kind of in this remote location, and there was this trailer park, and so there was this nice building complex across the street from this trailer park. So like one time I was walking by, and it was like summertime, and there was this creepy guy walking with this lady who was wearing clothes like 5 times too big for her. She had like no teeth, and she was kind of like just looked really messed up. And the guy was wearing white gloves, and I was like, that's weird. And he looks so menacing, so scary. And so I was like, kind of in the back of my mind, I wonder if she's being abused. And I didn't do anything. Now, the thing is, I'm a pedestrian, so I don't have a car. So I'm like so tired. I have chronic illness. I have chronic Lyme. So I don't, and I don't carry a mobile phone on me because I don't want the EMFs from the phone. I don't want to be tracked. So it's kind of hard to, and I don't even want to deal with the authorities, because it seems, in my experience, whenever you comment about something, you're the perpetrator. If you make an observation, if you file a report, you're in trouble. It's like the criminals are not the problem, are not the concern for the police. It's actually the people who speak up who are the criminals. It seems to me, and I notice as a pedestrian, I think police don't like pedestrians. Like the globalists don't like pedestrians. Why? Because we see things. We and we help. When somebody's in trouble, and the globalists want people to suffer, and they want people dependent. And I think that, and of course, this does not go for all first responders or whatever, but I think it goes for a lot. And I think a lot of first responders who are probably nice in everyday life, they turn a blind eye to evil because they want their paycheck. And I think every job has a situation where you ignore something criminal, unethical, because you just don't have the energy. And the thing is, we're all so depleted that we don't have the energy to fight for what's right. And that brings me back to my main point, is like fighting against, wanting to defund whoever, or hating a political figure. That's, I mean, yeah, if that matters to you. But I think that the what's really, like, Juneteenth, that really annoyed me. People were saying, "Oh, Juneteenth is in remembrance of slavery. We no longer have slavery. We totally have slavery. We have child slavery. 800,000 children are abducted and abused in unimaginable ways, and their remains are put into the food chain." Okay, adults are abducted and abused in unimaginable ways, and their remains are found wherever, right? That we have slavery. We have worse than slavery in 2021, because the people who are all self-righteous and so proud we don't have slavery, they refuse to realize that there's slavery. We have slavery. It affects any color, any class, and it's perpetuated by any color and any class, actually. So, anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts, and I want to say, if you see any human trafficking, just make sure, just just acknowledge something's happening, and the thing is, when I had a friend who was being, I don't know what the word is, groomed to be trafficked or whatever. And we contacted the police, and I contacted a friend who was um, a human trafficking advocate to help women, and nobody did anything. There was nothing that came of it, and my friend kind of just disappeared. So it's not like you're going to actually have a solution, but I think we need to actually just acknowledge the reality that human trafficking is occurring. It seems to be happening, and I think it may take years, maybe decades, to find somebody who will really help address the issue. But I think we do need to know that it's real, and we shouldn't participate in a conspiracy of silence. So yeah, you're right, Big Daddy. We God help us. Yeah, we do. We need God's help, because these are it's just um, it's an evil situation we're in. So, anyways, I think that's all, and thanks for listening. Bye bye.